Hey guys, it's Yolanda, also known as GlamourByJo. Today I filmed my go-to foundation routine. I went through every single step that I do in order to achieve a flawless face. Most of the products that I used today were also pretty affordable, so anybody can get this look on a budget. So if you guys want to know my go-to products to have a flawless face, then just keep on watching. I'm starting off this go-to foundation routine with already clean face and already filled in brows. I have no concealer on, no primer on, no nothing on. So the first thing I'm going to go in with is MAC Fix Plus. I like to just give my skin a nice boost of hydration before I start with the foundation. But I've already, like I said, I've already cleansed and moisturized my skin. I just want to go in with a little bit more hydration. Okay, so the first primer I'm going in with is Smashbox Photo Finish Pore Minimizing Primer. I use this primer for the middle of my face. That's where I have more porous areas and I tend to get a little bit oily. The next product I'm going in with is the Nivea Men Post Shave Balm. This is a sensitive post shave balm. I don't really see this making my makeup last any longer, but I do, however, like the way my foundation applies after I put this on my skin. So I just apply this everywhere, even on top of that Smashbox Photo Finish Pore Minimizing Primer. So the two foundations I'm going in with today is the Maybelline Matte and Poreless and the L'Oreal True Match Lumi. I just mix these two together. It's pretty much like my favorite cocktail. Like I said, I have normal skin, so I really can play with any foundations that I really want to. The reason why I like to add the matte and poreless is because it like sets, and I don't like the way foundation feels when it's sticky. And I feel like the Lumi one never really sets. So I do like to add a luminous glow, but I do like the setting power of this. So I just mix these two together. And always before you go with your foundations, you want to shake, 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 shake them. To apply my foundation, I'm just going to use my Real Techniques Beauty Sponge. I really like this sponge. It's nice and bouncy, and it applies my foundation beautifully. So I just take it from the back of my hand and go ahead and go in. And I go ahead and apply this on my eyelids as well to cancel out any redness. And I take a little bit on the forehead. I honestly don't put too much foundation there. I really focus my coverage in this region of the face. I have discoloration here, so I add one little layer on that. And then I just take whatever is excess and I rub that down my neck. And then I just like to take the flat side and just continue blending. Okay, so the next product I'm going in with is my concealer. This is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer, and this is in the color Light Neutral. And I just apply this under the eyes, a little bit on the forehead. I have a rather large forehead, so I don't put too much on the forehead. Down the nose and on the chin. I also like to put this right here on the inner corners of the eyes to just really brighten up that area. And then just taking the same sponge to blend all that out. And the whole point of using a sponge is to pounce the product in. You never want to like take it and slide the product, because you're basically essentially you're taking the product off, so that doesn't really, it defeats the purpose. This pouncing the product in is going to give you a more full coverage effect. Swiping the product is just going to take it off. This is the part where I like to cream highlight. If you want to see a cream contour and highlight routine, let me know in the comments bar below. I can definitely film that for you guys, but today I'm not going to cream contour, I'm just going to cream highlight, and I'm going to be using the Sephora Radiance Luminizing Drop. This product is pretty cool because it has like a little dropper, and basically I just drop a little dot onto my skin when you first apply it to the skin, you're probably like, oh god, that's way too much. But that's where the handy dandy sponge comes in, and you just blend it out. I like to take these and put them right in the inner corner of my eye as well. And it's okay if it kind of like gets everywhere, because like I said, you just take your little sponge and blend it out. You can never go wrong with highlighting. I love cream highlighting. I just feel like it really intensifies my highlight, and I ain't mad at it. I mean, look at that. Glow. So before I set anything, you guys might think this is a little bit excessive, but before I set anything, I set that cream highlight, because if you go over that with powder, it's basically like defeating the purpose. So I set the cream highlight first. To set that cream highlight, I'm going to use this Wet n Wild powder. This is the Fergie collection in the color Hollywood Boulevard, but I'm pretty sure that they've made this permanent and they just renamed it Boozy Brunch. It's a pretty gold highlighter, and I'm just going to use a Real Technique stippling brush to apply that. So going ahead and setting that highlight. And I take whatever's excess and I just apply that in the center of the face. I'm also just going to take a little small detailed brush, and I'm going to take the same highlight and just apply that on the inner corners where we applied that cream highlight earlier. Okay, next product we're going into is the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. I'm absolutely obsessed with this palette. You can see I've hit pan on pretty much every single shade in this palette. I'm just going to take the two lightest shades and I'm going to set underneath my eyes. And to set underneath my eyes, I'm going to use this e.l.f. tapered brush. It fits in the inner corners of your eyes perfectly. So to set underneath the eyes, I'm just taking my sponge, dabbing out any creases, and setting that under eye. And what I like about this powder is that it brightens up the eyes really nicely. So I'm just taking those two same shades, the two lightest colors, with the same brush, and setting the middle of my face as well. Anywhere that we put down that concealer is where I'm applying the powder as well. And I'm getting here because those areas like to crease on me, so I'm just going in on those areas as well. The next product I like to go ahead and go in with is the Maybelline Matte and Poreless Fit Me powder. This is in the color 230, and I just like to take this Real Techniques big powder brush to apply this to my entire face. I also like to go ahead and take this powder down the neck. So the next thing I do in my routine is I start to bronze and contour the face using the same Kat Von D powder. Obviously, I'm going to go ahead and take these two shades right here. The brush I'm using is MAC 135. And you just want to find the hollows of your cheeks and apply the powder there. I also like to go ahead and bronze around the temple and the forehead. Especially the forehead, because I do have a rather large forehead, so trying to contour that and make it seem just a tad bit smaller. Since we already went in and set the entire face, these contour powders are going to go in very, very smooth. You're not going to have any problem blending them out because the powders aren't going to have anything to like stick to other than the powder that is already there. So they're going to apply very beautifully. And I just kind of like to go right here, the center of the nose, just to add a bit color there. Now I'm going to take the darkest shade in the palette with the same brush, and I'm just going to concentrate that color here to really slim down the face. As you can see this part is more sculpted and slim than this side. Then what I like to do is I like to take a large stippling brush. This is from Real Techniques, and I just like to blend all of that together. So the next product I like to go in with is my favorite blush. This is a Milani blush in the color 02 Rose de Oro. I also like to go around the perimeter of the skin just very lightly, and like I did before with the bronzer, right on the top of the nose. And again, going in with that large stippling brush to blend it all out. Okay guys, so I went ahead and threw on a lip and some falsies to finish off my go-to foundation routine. The last step of my routine is of course to finish with some MAC Fix Plus. How can you not? It's a freaking staple. It's an awesome setting spray. So let's get to spraying. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. I really hope that you guys found this tutorial helpful for you. This is just my go-to products, my go-to foundation routine, the foundation that I know is going to look really, really good on my skin. And everybody's skin is different. Find products that work for you. The products that I use, like I said, really are phenomenal products. And they're really, most of the products I use were pretty affordable. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and I hope to see you guys in my next video.